Okay. Oh, let's do it. I'm scared I'm gonna cry. Okay. Oh my gosh, I loved Twilight growing up so much.
How can I decide what's right when you're clouding up my mind? I can't win, you're losing fight all the time. No, can I ever own what's mine when you're always taking sides, but you won't take away my pride. No, not this time. Not this
Okay, you guys, I gotta be honest. I know this song. I love Twilight. I was a Twilight girl growing up, but I've never really listened to the lyrics before. And our team suggested that we do it. And I think they knew it would hit me right in the feels because I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm going through heartbreak, through a breakup right now, and it's been really, really hard. And some of these lyrics are just already hitting. Like, how did we get here? How is this happening when I used to know you so well? Like, how are we in this place? And I think that's such a real feeling. And at the, I can't remember exactly how the first one, I think they end. Do they end together in the first one, or do they end apart? I think they end apart in the first Twilight, and then they get back together in the second one after she's like really depressed. And that feeling of like, it's just such raw emotion. Okay, let's just keep going.
The truth is hiding in your eyes, and it's hanging on your
He's a vampire.
tongue. Just boiling in my blood. But you think that I can't see what kind of man that you are. If you're a man at all, well, I will figure this one out on my own. On my How did we get here? I used to know you so well. How did we get here? Well, I think I
Try not to cry. Oh, get on, Spider Monkey.
Do you see what we've done? We're gonna make such fools of ourselves. Do you see what we've done? We're gonna make such fools of ourselves. How did we get here? Well, I used to know you so well. How did we
I feel it right in the heart. This song is just such a this song is just such a hard relate for me right now. And you know, even as a therapist, like I have all these coping skills. Like I know things are gonna get better. I know that it's gonna be okay. And still, it's like really hard. Like heartbreak is really, really hard. I think it's one of the hardest things in the human experience. And I think what makes it really, really hard a lot of the times is we feel like we don't have answers. And so we spend all this time trying to decode, trying to figure out how did we end up here? What went wrong? Why is this happening? And it's like this decoding and this constant rumination can make us feel like we're cursed, or it could invite curiosity. It's like, what actually did go wrong? But I don't think in order to get to that place of curiosity, instead of feeling like, how did we get here? Like, why is this happening to me? We first have to accept, right? Because otherwise it's just like a cry of like, how can we do this? How is this what's happening right now? But when we accept where we're at and we actually allow the emotions to pass through us and we allow ourselves to grieve, then we can actually be curious in a real way. And we can think about the way that we showed up in the relationship and the way that we want to show up differently in the future. I think this man is my husband, you guys. And so acceptance is the difference between how we hear this question of how did we get here? It's either like a condemnation. It's either a disaster, right? It's either the worst thing that ever happened to us if we haven't accepted. It's like a plea. It's like, how am I the victim to this? Versus if we have accepted, it can be a diagnostic. It can be a place of curiosity instead of condemnation. It can be something we can actually grow from. And so it has to be the first step. And when you listen to this song, you can ask yourself, like, am I hearing this song as a condemnation, or am I hearing it with curiosity? Am I feeling like this question of how did we get here is a disaster, or is it a diagnostic for something that I need to work on, something I need to grow from in my own heart, an opportunity instead of a disaster? Because that's true. That I know to be true. Even in the midst of pain, even in the midst of mourning, I know that heartbreak is an opportunity to open our own hearts deeper towards ourselves and in turn and towards other people. That when we are broken open, when we allow ourselves to mourn, when we allow ourselves to grieve, when we allow ourselves to fall apart, and then when we allow ourselves to reflect on the way that we showed up and how we want to show up differently, it's an opportunity to write a new future for ourselves. And I think that's beautiful. And like that requires acceptance of this is where we're at. It just has to. And it sucks. I know it's hard, you guys. It's so hard. You can listen to this song and let yourself mourn while you listen to it. Let yourself mourn. Cry it out until you can get to a place of this is what's happening to me. This is what's happening for me, for whatever reason. I believe that. I believe that all of these things, we can use them, all these heartbreaks, we can use them to become something that happened for us instead of to us. But it requires our choice and it requires our acceptance. And I know it's hard. Like I'm saying this from a place of like deep resistance to accepting. I'm sorry. I'm so emotional today, you guys. I love you. Even therapists have hard days. Please don't comment anything mean in the comments. I literally can't take it. But I hope that you'll see, like, that is truly, acceptance is the only thing that's getting me through right now. This is where we're at. This is where I'm at. It's not going to be forever, but it is right now. And that allows me to say, okay, what did I do? How did I show up? How can I show up differently? If you're going through something like this right now, please share it in the comments by tagging out HeartSupport. We have a community of people who want to encourage you, and our comments are a living support wall. They're a place where our community of volunteers loves and encourages other people who are struggling. And if you want to be a volunteer, you can click the link below. Okay, I love you guys.